Hey, Coach Joss here, again for a 10-minute follow along workout. We're gonna be doing legs today. So all you need today is a mini band. I suggest having a light one and then maybe a medium or heavy one around. In case it feels a little easy, then you can always make it a little bit more challenging. So this is all brought to you guys though by Amona, and they are putting these on all year long. So if you want to follow along more, and we're doing all sorts of workouts, core, light shoulders, legs, HIIT workouts, all different types. And again, this is pre and post mastectomy. So you do want to ask your doctor for clearance before doing any of these. If this is before surgery, you are totally fine to do it. If it is post-surgery though, I highly recommend making sure you get clearance before doing any of these. So we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna go ahead and walk over to start this really quick. And we're gonna start with lateral mini band walk. So you're gonna put the mini band right above your knees, and we're just gonna walk side to side. Okay, so if this feels pretty easy, you can put your hands on your side or in front of you, whatever feels better. The main thing is that you are stepping side to side, and I have tension in the band the entire time. Good. All right. Go ahead and take that guy off. And well, actually, if you want to, you can keep it on. I'm gonna put it to the side. We're gonna do body weight squats. If you wanna make it more challenging, we are doing 2 rounds. So squatting to whatever height. If you're only going a little bit, that's totally fine. And pressing those knees out. I'm about shoulder, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Again, if we want to make this more challenging, you can put that mini band around the outside of your knees, and we'll do that on the second round if you want to try that out. Awesome. Okay, going straight into a wall hold. So again, whatever height you want to start at. If you want to go nice and deep, that's going to be really challenging. You're going to feel this in your quads. If you want to go a little higher, you can start off higher. Again, none of this is using arms, so this is a really good workout if this is post-mastectomy, because you're not going to use any of your arms for any of these. Good. So notice I'm not that deep, but I'm still feeling it in my quads. If I want to challenge myself, I can scooch down without using my arms. Just making sure you're pressing your low back against the wall the whole time. And then you can kind of shimmy your way up. We're gonna go into a lunge. So go ahead and lunge down to about 90 degrees with each leg, making sure that knee is right over the toe, and you can even pop that foot a little closer, keeping your toes on the ground the entire time. So I'm weighting my front right foot a little bit more than my back foot, because we are going to just go straight into the other side. All right, so we'll just flip around, or I'll stay face this way, but you guys can. So set up 90-90, make sure that knee is over the toe, and go ahead and begin. Again, trying to weight that front leg a little bit more than your back. And whatever you want to do with your hands for balance, if this feels better, go ahead and do that. You can also keep your hands in front of you or hold them right at your chest. Good. So keep a good pace. You can speed it up to make it harder, slow it down to make it a little bit easier. All right, so grab that mini band. We're gonna put this right on our toes. And you guys are just gonna march. So make sure that you have a good amount of resistance on that band, and we are just alternating our march, lifting your knees up as high as you can, trying to pause for at least a second each time. Good. And again, always whatever you want to do with your hands. It is obviously more challenging to move them around post-mastectomy, so you can keep them at your side or hold them nice and close so you feel nice and comfortable. All right, let that go. This one, if you are post-mastectomy, you're not going to want to do this one because you are gonna go to the ground unless you are comfortable going to the ground without using your hands. So or doing a glute bridge, not using your hands, lifting your hips up. Again, all of these you can make them more challenging by keeping the band on your knees the entire time. And I'll demonstrate that on our next round because we are going through this 2 times. Good. All the way up, squeezing your glutes, keeping that core nice and tight. Awesome. And then you can rock up, and if you feel comfortable, you can go up to your knees and then back up. All right, we are doing calf raises. So just going your tippy toes and back up. If you want some balance, you can use the wall, but in order to face you guys, I'm gonna not use the wall. So tippy toes, and then nice and slow down. Good, going all the way, and try to even hold it at the very top for a second and then slow down. All right, cool. So we're back to that very beginning. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep the band on for all of the rounds this time. So we're going side to side. And if you guys are new here, this is Raina. She likes to come into the videos sometimes, so occasionally you guys will see her. Good, so we're walking side to side. If that first round wasn't very challenging, then go ahead and grab a more difficult band. And if you want to, you can always go through these, 4 rounds. You don't have to just do 2. But I like to do 2 because 10 minutes movement is better than nothing. Good, all right, so we're gonna keep the band on. We're gonna do squats. And for the squats, a little bit wider than shoulder width. All right, and then going to whatever depth feels comfortable for your knees, keeping the hands nice and close to your chest, pressing out against the band if you added it or kept it on. Good. Trying to keep that core engaged. Good, just do a couple more. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna go into wall hold again. I'm gonna keep this band on the whole time just to show that you can make it a little bit more difficult. So going against the wall, pressing against that band, and then going to whatever height feels comfortable. Honestly, the band makes a huge difference for the wall hold, so I'm not going quite as deep because it feels hard. So I feel good here. If I wanted to make it harder, I can go a little bit lower, pressing out against the band the entire time. Feeling it. So feeling it in the quads. If you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, you can always shimmy your way up a little bit higher too. Woo, good job. Okay, shake those feet out a little bit, and again, keeping the band on. If you want, you can take it off if you want to. So I'm kneeling, a little bit harder with the band here, but you're just not gonna go quite as low. I'm gonna press out against this band a little too. And the nice thing about keeping the band on for this one is it's gonna cue your knee out. So you're gonna press out against it. I'm just not going to go all the way down. Awesome. Shake it out, and we will do the same thing for our left. All right, get set up and go for it. Just don't go all the way down. The bands can sometimes roll up, so if you want, you can always adjust them a little bit higher. And I have a light band on if you're wondering which one to use. I haven't put a slightly heavier one on. I just wanted to challenge by going a little bit lower or just pressing a little bit harder out with each exercise. Awesome. Okay, so we are putting this down by our feet onto our toes. Remember, tension the whole time and marching. Try to challenge yourself to hold it for a little bit longer than last time. So 1 to 2 seconds. And we should feel this right in those hip flexors. Hold, good. This is also great for balance, especially post-mastectomy. I lost a lot of balance, so this will help you regain that. One more. Awesome. Okay, so going to glute bridge. Again, keeping that band on if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, if that's where you're at. All right, so to the ground, keeping that band on those knees, pressing out against it at the top, squeezing your glutes at the top. Awesome. And I'm not putting any pressure into my hands or my shoulders. All the work's coming from my core and my glutes. Good, you guys are doing great. Tight core. Okay, rock out of that one. You can take the band off for this one because calf raises is not really gonna challenge you more. So leave that guy to the side and calf raises again. Tippy tippy toes, try to hold it for a second. Good, and this is our last one. Good. And again, if you need balance, go ahead and use a wall, a chair, anything to help you with this. Awesome, couple more. Okay, good work you guys. So we only did legs. If you followed along, let's see, a couple weeks ago, then we did just arms. You can combo them and do them together. Otherwise, I will see you guys next month.